everyone, welcome back and thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you guys are doing well. So my people, have you ever asked yourself why is some eastern part of Nigeria are kind of afraid to say that they are Igbos? Like, why are they so afraid to say that they are Igbos, as if they are having identity crisis? They don't even know who they are. They don't even know where they belong. Somebody like Asari Dokubo, like today, Asari Dokubo will say that he is an Igbo man. Tomorrow he will say that I'm not Igbo man. Like, they are having like identity crisis. So recently I did a video about the creation of Anioma State, and I said that Southeast is really supporting this bill to create Anioma State instead of Olo State. So someone come to my comment section. The person said that I am from Anioma State. We don't have any business with Southeast, this and that. Like, he said a lot of ugly things about Igbos. So this really got me thinking, like, why is these people so afraid to say that they are Igbos? Why are they denying their origin? Many of them bear Igbo names. So initial time, I thought that they may be thinking that when they say that they're Igbos, like Igbos will come and collect their natural resources. But my people, that is not the case. Like, that this video that I want you guys to watch, for you to get to know what happened and what is still happening. Like, these people, they don't even know where they belong to. Like, they are really having identity crisis, my people. In this particular video, Mayego, I know that most of you know him. Like, he is really into Nigeria politics. So he said a lot of like important things in this video, like things that we supposed to know. Like, most of the time we don't even know the history, honestly. So my people, let me allow you guys to watch this particular video and I will be right back.
Those ones are confidently will tell you we are Igbos, but there are some certain things that are going on. Okay, and there's also certain things going on. The first one is that after the Nigeria genocidal war, okay, of 1967 to 1970, the political class, the Fulani ruling class at the time, they came together, and in their political solution to that Nigeria, no part of Nigeria will be bold enough to break up or attempt to want to break up from Nigeria in the future. So they started with the Igbos. So they started redrawing the map through the creation of state. They started redrawing the map of the eastern part of Nigeria. Okay, because you see, the Igbos, they were major ethnic group in Nigeria as a whole. Okay, and they are major ethnic group in the eastern part of Nigeria, but there are many other ethnic nationalities there. Somehow, the criminals in Nigeria, through the, what do you call it, through their propaganda machine after the genocidal war, so they redrew the map and they started cutting the Igbo communities, Igbo towns, Igbo cities, and all of them that they could cut off. They started cutting them off out of the heartland of the Igbo land. So they started cutting them to other border states. But at the time, some of us, some of us who followed this, we initially thought they did that to reduce them in outlook. Okay? And then, for the horror of the civil war, there are so many other, including this Anioma, Asaba, a few places where the Igbos were indigenous to, because of that civil war and the horror of it. Many of them had to deny their connection to the Igbo. They had to deny their Igbo link totally. Even though they couldn't drop the language, they tried to dilute it, not to sound Igbo, not to share, you get, until the 80s, 90s, when some of them are now kind of bold enough to start naming their children or start giving their children Igbo name. But they were denying that because it was so horrible, right? The war, the genocide, to the point that the atrocities of the Biafran soldiers too, who carried out attacks on some of the communities that were like border towns and all of that. They carried out attacks on them for supporting the federal troops. They said they were like informant to the federal troops. To the federal troops, to the same border town people, the federal troops also are attacking them, killing them, because they believe that they are like informants for the Biafran army. It was horrible. Those who survived those horrible period, some of them, their only solution was to deny their link to Igbo. Just in case if anything goes wrong again, they can easily say, no, we are not Igbo. No, we are not Igbo. Nothing to do with Igbo. Igbo, stay away from us. So some of you may not understand this when you see them online denying their Igbo link. But apart from the online madness, they know who they are. That's one of the damages of the Nigerian Civil War. When they said there is no winner, there is no vanquish, it was to continue the war and keep everybody divide and rule. But that's all we thought they were doing. We didn't know that some of these communities too, they were cut off from the Atlant Igbo land because of the mineral resources embedded under their lands. So they turned them to minorities in some other conjoined together tribes and ethnic nationalities called states in Nigeria. So they turned them to minorities in those places. Because if the Igbos are going to break away from Nigeria, they would have to live with nothing. There is an impression that Igbo land is landlocked. They had that campaign until now. Guess those who were promoting the campaign of Igbo land being landlocked. The people that are landlocked, like Niger, like Chad themselves, but they are the ones who are controlling the oil blocks. Many of the supposed oil explorations that should be added to the names of states like Abia, Imo, Anambra, what's the other one? I think partly Enugu. But whenever they are talking about oil exploration in Nigeria, they talk about the Niger Delta. And guess what? Before this division, the people, the leaders of the Niger Delta and the rest of them, they were all together in what was then the eastern region of Nigeria. The politics was between them. The betrayals between them, the whole thing that the politics caused between them, back then they were all together. They were fighting, just like what we had in Yoruba land. You know? But yeah, they succeeded in trying to make them believe that the reasons why the Igbos want to dominate, they actually made them believe that the Igbos want to dominate the non-Igbos in the eastern Nigeria. And with the instances of, what do you call it, disagreements among them and all of that, they were able to kind of amplify that to say, you need to be very careful of the Igbos. So they are coming for your oil. And it's just, I think it was last year, some Igbos who are on this platform, some Biafrans themselves, they were acting surprised that the largest deposit of liquid natural gas, LNG, in Nigeria today, that puts Nigeria on the top of liquid natural gas, the gas that you are using for your own cooking, the gas that they are converting into your CNG, comes from Igbo land, Imo State. That's where you have the largest deposit of LNG in Nigeria. But they made them believe that they didn't have, they were looking for Niger Delta crude oil, when they have the abundance of the same crude oil scattered across the same Igbo land. This entire southern Nigeria is like, you know, awashed with this crude oil that, you see, if you dig anywhere in southern Nigeria, you will see crude oil. The depth is just going to be different to the others. It is everywhere there. But they made an impression to say the reason why the Igbos want to take the Niger Delta with them is because of their oil. And there are actually some Igbos who believe that. No, the reason why Nigeria don't want the Niger Delta to join us is because of the crude oil. What do you want with their crude oil? What do you want? Because the impression in Nigeria is that the Igbos will suffer daily, but recently they kind of discovered that they won't. No part of southern Nigeria deserves to suffer anything. Every suffering you are facing in Nigeria today, the hardship, the poverty is because of northern Nigeria. It has always been because of them. And it will always be because of them. And the best way to keep it going is just to keep everybody divided. So whenever Asari's medication is newly supplied, he does come around to say his mind. Ikwere na Igbo. Listen to this though. I'm not asking you to believe in whatever he says. But there are some truths that it doesn't matter who is saying it. You can't sweep them away. You can't deny your own origin. I am an Ijebu man and I'm a Yoruba man. You can be, what do you call it? You can be an Anambra man, an Igbo man. You can be, what do you call it? Sorry, I don't know all the names of all the clans and the tribes, but you do know them, Sha. But it's almost the same, but they make it look like, oh, some people feel like they are more Igbo than others. But why don't they feel like that? Politicians have always impressed that on everybody. Do you know, until Awolowo came, other Yorubas are not considered as real Yorubas. Do you know that? How many of you actually know this? That until Awolowo, in fact, it became Awolowo's main goal to bring all Yoruba tribes, all of the Yoruba ethnic, bring all of them together under one umbrella, and everybody will say, I am a Yoruba. It doesn't matter where you come from in Yoruba land. Awolowo did that. It never used to be like that. I think you don't forget, say, Egba, Abeokuta got independence from the colonial masters. And they didn't get independence for Yoruba. They got it for themselves. Egba is Egba. Oyo was Oyo. Egba was Egba. Ijebu was Ijebu. It was Awolowo who came and brought in all of the tribes together. No minority, nothing. When you have a government of the people, your policy covers everybody. Awolowo's policies educated the people who are today leaders in Warri, in Delta State, where they call Delta State. Awolowo's education educated so many people who are today in the Midwestern region before they created it. These were people who were like, they were not Yorubas, but were by design, they were part, right? But the real Yorubas everywhere, Awolowo was so busy. And that is why people used to say the Oyo people are the real Yorubas. They say Oyo people are the real Yoruba. In fact, it was because of them they are calling us Yorubas. So what is wrong with you? Because in reality, right, as time changes, people kind of now know that except the political class, the elite, they keep you divided that way to rule you. If you are smart enough, right, you will discover that every Igbo is Igbo. Every connection you have to the Igbo land makes you Igbo. But politicians want you to know that no, you are not Igbo. Because you, knowing that you are Igbo, will now bring back the truth about the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Hausas, as the three major ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. That was the history before they started mixing it up with Fulani this, Fulani that. It never used to be like that. You know? So when Asari said, Ikwere na Igbo, well, I think you should listen. Please.
The Jaws and the Igbos, who makes up River State, you can't take us for granted. So the River State Igbos are denying they are not Igbos, they are Igbos. Yeah. How can you go say they are Benin? Where say they are Benin? What language are they speaking? Benin language. What name are they answering? Is it Bunwa? Is this Oba Bunwa? I don't know what Bunwa means, but I know that is Igbo. I don't know what Bunwa means. Is it Bunwa? Yes, sir. Wiki. Is it Oba Bunwa? The people that do not know their identity. Amalaba man, Ediaban. The throne that I'm sitting now that you are seeing, Ediaban, the throne, Ediaban is an Apama from Obo. I cannot deny, I might not like the characters of Igbo people around, but I cannot because of that reject my Igbo identity. I have Igbo blood flowing in my vein, I have Igbo DNA. It's a Bunwa, it's not Obabunwa. These are the characters that the president, Bola Tinubu is about, who are even denying where they come from. For whatever reason, Amechi is this thing. Wigwe is this thing. Which of them is answering a Benin? That about Benin. Hey, they are Benin people, everybody is Benin. What can I go be Benin?
I think if the fear that our ancestors, those of you who witnessed the Civil War, those of you who survived it, I'm talking about those of you who are matured enough and witnessed the Civil War. A lot of you have carried on with the war in your head, and you have tried so much to make us carry it along for you. And I'm talking about all of you, including the Igbo survivors. Those of you elders who survived from all the part of Eastern, the old Eastern region, who raised the generations to deny their link to Igbo because of the fear of possible another war in the future, and you do not want to be killed because you are Igbo. I think it is time for so many of you to begin to deconstruct your minds, because what you have done is to help the oppressors to keep everybody in bondage and without fear, when they know there's going to be a chance for all of us, all of you, to actually decide and choose who you want to be with for real. Papa, Mama, you may be shocked that your descendants have discovered their Igbo link. They have discovered their Hausa root. That this blindness with Fulani, Hausa Fulani nonsense, your descendants have discovered that they are actually Hausas, they are Kanuris, they have their own identity. They are not going to continue this your compromised sort of a fear. It is compromised. Your fear is not based on trying to save the lives of your descendants anymore. Your fear is actually keeping your descendants in bondage. And it is the fear of, we do not want to be killed again. They are killing your descendants, not by civil war anymore, just by the state profiling. So you elderly people who survived the war, it is time for you to stop trying to project that your fear. We know you saw it. We didn't see what happened, but guess what? The internet has kind of updated all of us. We have seen the horror. And for whatever for all that led to that civil war at the time, worse things are happening now than then. So I don't think everybody's going to have to wait to die without doing anything. And I'm already hearing the young Igbos saying, we are not our parents. You will not kill us like you killed our parents. That's something. So it's time for you to deconstruct. As Nigeria is today, the criminals in charge of Nigeria, they are worried that the fire is going to start somehow. They just have no idea how or when? They haven't done anything to keep all of us away from that fire. They've pushed us to that wall so much that you see those old fear, be careful, stop, and all that. I don't think it's going to really work too much longer anymore. So it is time for you to deconstruct and tell yourselves the truth, denying your real roots, where your brotherhood is, where together you held Nigeria down for 30 years. Denying yourself, denying your roots and all of that now is not keeping you safe, is it? It will never keep you safe or your children safe. It will only keep them alive long enough as slaves, probably in a foreign land, because we're probably going to lose our land if this contraction continues, if this fear of don't offend the Fulanis, don't offend this, continues. If these weak men and women who are more interested in the, in the money that they are going to make from being in public office than the protection of the people that they used as their meal ticket to those offices. So it's not going to last. You need to deconstruct. You need to tell us how you survived it. You need to prepare us. You shouldn't continue to deny your identity. In denial that a lot of people are doing. Listen, I've said this many times. The Igbos, and nobody is trying to force anybody to join them about anything anymore. What we're asking for is that you force the hand of the rogues in Nigeria at some point. And when we force the hand of the rogues in Nigeria at some point, it will then lead to us having a conversation if we really want to be part of this contraption going forward or not. There are those of you who believe that in 100 years' time, nothing, Nigeria, not you break. Forget it, Baba. Or maybe because of people like you, it will break and you will still be alive. And then that shock could be one of the shock that you are going to take to your grave. I never believe it in my life. I can never, if anybody told me that Nigeria is, you might be shocked to death. I would like you to actually witness it. I want to witness it, but these guys will push all of us to that edge. They will.
Chai, my people, Igbos are really going through a lot in this country called Nigeria. The intimidation, the jealousy, like the hatred towards Igbos in this country called Nigeria, it is really alarming. It is getting bad every day by day. Even the other day, I talked about this regional government where this man was proposing about a regional government. So some people came to let me know that in that document, they even cut off some eastern part of Nigeria, like some Igbos, and put it in another region. Hey, my people, like these people are very wicked. Like their hatred towards Igbos are, oh, you cannot even say it honestly. Any place they know that there is natural resources, they will try everything possible in order to cut it off from Igbos, so that whenever Igbos want to go, they will not have any natural resources to survive. But they not be God though. Without natural resources, Igbos will survive. Whether we have natural resources or not, we will survive. Igbos are hardworking people. Like, look at what is happening. How many Igbos are in government in this Nigeria? But they are surviving. Like, they are waxing every day by day because Igbos have seen it all. Like, what else? Like, what else? Nothing they shake Igbos again. No matter what, whether we have natural resources or not, we will survive. And we are surviving, my people. So that is it, my people. I said, let me bring this update to you guys, especially for those people that are having identity crisis. Those people that don't even know where they belong to. Those people, they know inside them that they are Igbos, but they are ashamed to acknowledge their origin. They are ashamed to say that they are Igbos. My people, this video is for them. Yes, my people, I hope you truly enjoy watching. Please, if today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Like this video, share it as well. Thank you everyone for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. Goodbye for now.